All right, Coach, John Cooper here with the win over LeMoyne-Owen. Coach, opening statement after today's victory.
Well, I was happy with our effort for the most part. I thought there were some stretches, particularly early in the game, where we probably weren't as focused in some areas as we needed to be. I thought Rob played really well in the first half, and obviously we're happy to have Jordan Cyphers shooting the ball well, so he got into a groove. But I think more importantly, we were able to play some of the guys that don't play as much. And anytime you're in a 3-game stretch in 5 days, you want to try to get your starters and those guys that are playing a lot of minutes rested as possible. So I thought we did that today, and I thought, in the second half we stepped up, we came out early, and we got on a quick run, which was important to me. And then also we were able to take some charges. Wasn't really happy with the team in the first half, without taking any charges, because I thought they were driving the ball. There were some opportunities to get some charges, and I thought we did a better job of that, and then we rebounded the ball well.
Coach, again, Robert Covington, another double-double, 11th game in a row he scored double digits. Just talk about his performance again.
Well, I would say this about Rob. I think up to this point in the year, thus far, he has really played well. And for those of us who see Rob all the time, you can tell he's really almost an unassuming guy. There's nothing selfish about him. And the thing that's been pretty impressive to me, the other night he had 24 points. He did it in 11 shots. Tonight he has 21 points. He does it in 14 shots. So from an efficiency standpoint, he has really, really been good. He's shooting, 40-some% from 3. He's shooting over 50 from 2. So from a coaching perspective, it makes my job a lot easier. And at times I want him to be more aggressive. And he did the 21 points in 23 minutes, and he's there on the boards. And I think one of the things with Rob is he continues to go to the boards. It's not that he's out jumping people every time, but he does a lot of different things. As you take a look across his stat line, I mean, he's put something in every box. If we could get rid of that one turnover, it'd be an even more better looking stat line. But he does a lot of stuff for us. He makes me a better coach.
And Jordan Cyphers, 19 points today, 5 of 10 from the three-point line. It seemed like he had a lot of things going for him today.
He did. I thought Jordan stepped up and shot the ball well. And I think one of the things with Jordan is you really want him to understand sprinting the court, getting his feet set. Because I think once he gets his feet set, Jordan is the kind of guy, when he has his feet set and he catches and shoots, I think his percentage goes up almost about 4 or 5 points per shot. And he had a lot of opportunities tonight, but you don't get those opportunities if you don't have teammates that are willing to give you the ball when you're open. And I think we got on a point there where guys were looking for Jordan, and then of course he was knocking them in. There was one that he had a great look and he missed it, and I yelled out at him. He's getting too comfortable with his shot, and he was running away from it. So one of the things as a shooter, stay consistent, and he did that tonight.
Coach, with the finals over, pretty empty gym mainly, students gone, 3-game homestand. Do you have some specific goals to work on during this 3-game homestand, and have you seen any progress toward them tonight?
Yeah, we do. And I think one of the things, it's been sort of a different kind of year. Obviously, Kenny's not playing for us, so we sort of just, for me especially, just trying to get this group to where I'm comfortable, to where they're comfortable with me. But one of the things that, I thought we needed to work on, number one, is let's try not to turn over the ball. Unfortunately, we didn't do a good job of that tonight. Let's be consistent from the free throw line. We didn't do a great job of that tonight, but let's try to work on getting opponents' field goal percentage defense down. And I think, we've been able to do that the past 2 games, and then tonight we were able to shoot the basketball. I think if you look at our team, we haven't shot the ball well yet. We really haven't, which is interesting. So we're having to rely probably too much on our defense. Obviously, you want that to be the pillar of what you do, but you also you want to give yourself a break, an opportunity. And I think when you make shots, it makes you a better team. So we want to work a lot on shooting. We're going to do that through this break. And then also I've sort of had to try to figure out a way here in this stretch to give guys some rest. So we sort of cut back in practice and just worked on specific things.
Coach, talk about the play of your 2 guards, Will Peters and Patrick Miller, both combined for 14 assists. I believe Miller got tied a career high. Just talk about their performance today.
Well, it's funny because I thought in the first half, in the first 8 minutes, I didn't think Will Peters played well at all. He had 4 turnovers there probably in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and I think he only played 9 minutes of the first half. And he's a senior, so I didn't really say much to him, and I think he knew it. And then, of course, I thought Pat stepped up. Pat had 6 assists and 2 turnovers, and I think there was actually a couple plays out there that he left out on the court. He probably could have had more assists, but the thing that I'm proud of for Will is that he came out in the second half, and a lot of times when you don't play well, you can look for a lot of reasons of why you don't play well, but most of the time it comes down to yourself. And are you tough enough from a mental capacity to come out and to do that in the second half? And I thought in the second half he played extremely well. And Will took 3 shots. And that doesn't bother me. And I hope as players, as we get better, you understand that that's not what's important. But he had 7 assists. So even though he took 3 shots, he's involved in anywhere from 14 to 20 points a game, depending on if they're threes. And from the point guard position, once you start understanding that the assists you get become just as important as the points you score, then you don't really look at that as say, well, I only got 3 shots or I only made 2 buckets. But no, you look at your whole stat line and you say, I had an impact in the game.
Coach, a couple more questions here. You guys dominated paint today, 41 points inside the paint, just to LeMoyne's 22, and then rebounds, out-rebounding them 49-25, a season high for you guys.
Well, I mean, we had more size than they did, and that's just being honest, and we were able to get the ball inside and score. But, I mean, that's a team inside in the paint that we're supposed to dominate, and that's not to talk about their team in any stretched manner or anything like that, but we should. And so I would hope in a game like that's what shows up in the stat book. So, that's the way to start it. Let's see if we can continue that. If we can continue to get production in the paint, we can continue to really, really rebound the basketball, and then now you're starting to look at a team that becomes a little bit different. I would prefer to look at these stats and look at the rebounding every game, and we start rebounding opponents by 6, 7, 8 per game. If you start doing that, now you have a chance to really make a run because it'll save you at times. And
Coach, as you mentioned, big stretch for you guys. You're at Delaware State on Saturday. Take a day off and then play LeMoyne-Owen tonight. Take another day off and then play Alabama A&M on Wednesday. How do you keep your guys mentally and physically prepared for Alabama A&M?
Well, this one was tough because we just got back from Philly yesterday and we had to practice right after we got back, and so that was a long trip for the guys. So, I mean, I kept it short, and we'll try to keep it short and to the point tomorrow. But, as I always tell the team, and people have heard me say, it becomes a mental game for us. From a mental capacity, are we where we need to be? Are we focused? Are we that way when we come to practice? Even though I've cut it back, are we mature enough to be able to handle that and not take advantage of the fact that maybe we're not getting up and down the court, but we're working on particular things. And this is hard for coaches, to get prepared for a team in one day. So I have to be careful and limit the things that I give our team in order for prep. And part of what I tell them is, in games like this, there are going to be some things that may occur out on the court that you haven't seen because I didn't have the opportunity to give them to you because it was such a short turnaround. But what I'm looking for is, can you see it? Maybe they score, but are you smart enough to make the adjustment on that very next play? And then that shows growth.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win, and good luck against Alabama A&M on Wednesday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.